Brad Johnson here from johnson.audio, and I'm here to talk to you about what good production is or what it sounds like. I'm here in Waxy O'Connell's pub in London, so sorry for the darkness, and you might be hearing some Oasis or something playing, but I just wanted to get off and send you a little video. It's a super cool spot in London if you haven't been there. It's in the heart of the Manchester Square area, so it's worth checking out. It's super cool, a bunch of little nooks and crannies, but I digress. So you might hear about good production or just overall great recording, and you might be a little confused on what that actually is. You listen to music and it all sounds good to you, or you think it's just a good song or whatever, but really what makes good production? And today I'm just going to try to get that clarified for you all. I mean, it's definitely subjective. It's going to be different for every different person, but some things that you could look for, things that you can listen for the next time you're just sitting down listening to music and enjoying music. So I think good production comes from the sides of the stereo imaging. If you really listen to a good production, in the center is going to be your vocals, your kick, your snare, your bass, and that's going to be the stuff that's going to be like a rock. It stays center, it's up front, it doesn't really move around, and then that is going to be where the majority of the focus is going to be on a song. If you're listening to something on a bad system, or you're listening to laptop speakers or through like a phone speaker, you're really just hearing the middle. You're hearing a lot of what's just coming up front and center and the focus point of the production. Now, to get a good up front and center production is going to be tough enough, but I believe that where a good production excels into an excellent production is going to be when you listen to what's happening on the sides. Now, that's where all the movement is going to be happening. We're going to start hearing stuff panning, delays going back and forth, and it really creates kind of that excitement in the mix. If you listen to, and I know I might get a lot of flack for this because it might not be very hip or cool to like the new Selena Gomez song, Fetish. If you listen to that song on a good set of headphones or a good monitoring environment, listen to just what's happening in the sides. There's so much stuff going on left and right that just creates all these little just wow moments within that production. It really makes that thing pop, makes that thing move, and it's just, there's so much detail in the sides that you might not necessarily hear just if you're out listening to it on a radio, or you're out listening to it on your iPhone speaker. When you really break it down and start listening to all the different just different things happening in the arrangement, you'll start to hear the complexity behind it and how much thought actually went into like that song. Another person that I really like listening to, especially when it comes to like this modern pop production, is Ariana Grande. Again, I might get flack for that from some of you just because it doesn't seem like it's like the hip cool thing for songs, but like really listening to that production on that music, you will hear some really spectacular things happening. There's so much intricacy to where you can actually hear and pick apart so much stuff and re-listen and hear new things over and over and over again. Now, something that might help you to get a different perspective also on what's happening in this the landscape of the music and the left and right stereo imaging, and this is something I discovered kind of on my own just listening to music one night, is if you close your eyes and actually put your head down, you can actually almost take the stereo imaging and flip it up, like you're almost getting a bird's eye view on what's happening to the music. And it kind of helps you pick out stuff from front to back, left and center, and start to give you an idea of what's actually happening and moving around that solid center of the vocal, the bass, and the kick and snare. And you'll start to pick out things like, harmonies and different little synth pads and parts and delays and reverb. You start to hear how all that's just working around that solid rock center. And you just start to really hear what a good production sounds like. And there's so much to learn from it. And it'll also kind of give you an idea of when a production may or may not be that solid. Like, if you are a songwriter and you hired out somebody to do your production, your mixing, your mastering, it might be a good way to start to really know what they're doing beyond just the front and center. To really hear what they're adding in with delays and reverbs, and then maybe also if they're a producer, what are they asking you to do to start filling out those sides and start filling out the entire arrangement and mix. Because again, I talked about it in a previous video with production. You're going to have the more that you fill out the frequency range, the more you're going to have it sound wider and sound bigger and taller. So when you have those sub-frequencies all the way up into the 20K, and you have instruments and sounds being in those places, you're going to have a bigger sounding, fuller sounding mix in production. And when they play around with the sides and everything, when they start taking stuff in and out, it's what really creates that big pop, and say at the chorus, when they're kind of leaving space in those areas, and all of a sudden stuff comes into it and then comes out of it. What's happening is your brain is going, okay, I noticed that there was a filled gap there, and now when it's removed, your brain almost creates this open pocket of space that the next time that instrument comes in there, it's almost like it completes it and makes it just feel like it fills out. So that's just a really quick little video for you to really start thinking about how to start listening to music and start listening to productions to see how maybe what could constitute as a good production. And a really excellent production is listening to the life of the music from the sides of the stereo field. And so there's also stuff that goes into if you're trying to produce and do these things, how to do it well to make sure that it all collapses into mono correctly, which is a whole different topic. Don't even worry about it. If you don't understand it, don't worry about it right now. It's all about listening and trying to pick out stuff in a production to really hear the intricacies and the thought that goes behind it in a really good production. And so I say, pull out your favorite music and start just closing your eyes and listening to what's going on the side, and start seeing if you can just focus in on one sound. And then, again, close your eyes and put your head down and see if you can feel that imagery just flip up, and like you're looking down on the song at that point. It's really cool. It's a really great exercise. You start to hear things in music you haven't heard before. You start to hear things more clearly. And I just really encourage you in that. I think that'll really help you just start to really hear productions in a different way and hear your music in a different way. And it'll just, I just think it's great. And so that's just my quick little tip for you today. I just wanted to, take a break from my vacation here with my wife, just to escape, to be able to give you a little bit of something I was just thinking about the other day when I was listening to music on my headphones. I was just really listening to the sides and just realizing a great production really comes to life in the side more supporting sounds, how important it really is. I mean, the most important thing will be that front center vocal, the kick and the snare, to give that drive to the song. It'll kick and snare. Obviously, there's other things that fill in that middle space, but it's just really kind of a tried and true. The way that productions work from time to time again is that's kind of the way it works. So unless you're the Beatles, which is playing over the loudspeaker right now, which like to put drums off the side, but I digress again. That's a whole different story. So again, I just thank you for tuning in to this channel. I just hope that you like it. Leave me a comment with your experience, if this helped you or not. If you want me to expand on anything, please hit the like button, the subscribe button, and help me get the word out for this. Every little bit helps. So I really appreciate, again, you taking time out of your day to listen to me rant about stuff that I'm passionate about. Again, my name is Brad Johnson from johnson.audio. Hope you have a great day, and I'll see you on the next video.